And we're back, YouTube. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I appreciate that. Today, let's review Look Outside. Now, you wake up in this apartment building, and right away, something feels off. Outside, there is clearly something sinister going on, and it's up to you to figure out what. You start exploring the apartments, the hallways, and maybe even the basement, looking for answers, looking for ways to survive, because at its heart, this is a horror survival game. Graphically, well, it's got that top-down old-school RPG Maker vibe going on. Very basic, but it fits. I will say a lot of the assets get reused a bit too much, which is a little disappointing. But here's the thing, the music and the subtle sound effects, they really do a great job of building tension and that creeping, unsettling atmosphere the game is going for. So don't let the somewhat simple look discourage you, because underneath there's a lot of gameplay, a lot of creativity and survival waiting to be discovered. Talking about gameplay, the building isn't fully open to explore from the start. So doors are locked, floors are caved in, you're constantly looking for ways to continue. There is a constant hunt for keys. Like, you hear that there are guns in the basement, right? But to get there, you need a key, and that key is somewhere on the second floor, etc., etc. So you know where this is going. It feels a bit formalistic. There's a lot of going back and forth and backtracking. But as this game sort of takes place in the course of 15 days, every day sort of brings something new. A new surprise, a twist, a turn, something that is added to the apartments. That sort of keeps things interesting, even though, as I said, the assets are being reused in most of the apartments. For instance, you will come across quirky NPCs who will give you little quests here and there, and that sort of keeps you exploring, even when the corridors start looking a little samey, as I said. One bummer, though, there's no journal to track your progress, which is a bit annoying. There are many things going on, little storytelling, and it's easy to lose the thread of that particular story. Now, here's something cool though. The game has this rogue-lite element. You can only save in your apartments, so each run has a real sense of risk and reward. You are leveling up your character, trying to push further each time. It adds to the tension, it adds to the stakes. You'll run into mutants and monsters that are very imaginatively designed and funny and horrifying, and sometimes all at once. Now, combat is turn-based and RNG driven, so there's always a chance you might miss or that your weapon won't do what you want it to do. And some monsters are easier with melee and some with guns. And the bigger ones, the bigger monsters, well, you have to figure out sometimes some tactics, like targeting specific parts, or that a certain weapon works best for a certain enemy. And it's sort of a trial and error type of thing, as I said. You just have to figure this out. Weapons variety is solid. There are knives, there are cleavers, there are bats, there are guns, and each with their own sort of stats in a way. There's even an auto-equipped button for the best gear to use on your characters, which is super handy, I think. And there are items like food, bandages, health kits, and so forth. And you can also craft certain items at the workstation in your apartment. All of this, the combat, the survival elements, the exploration, is all packed into this sort of old school package. And honestly, for just under 10 bucks, I mean, Look Outside comes highly recommended. It's like this small gem that manages to squeeze a lot of creativity and tension into this tiny pixelated world. So yeah, that's what I think of Look Outside, and honestly I think this is a contender for best game of the year. So yeah, it's that good. So thanks guys for watching so far, and see you in the next video.